Welcome back to science.
Yeah. Hashtag science, rogues.
That's right. Welcome back to We Roguelike It, ranking 14 for Galak-Z. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpear.
Do you want to redo that with our correct titles, please?
Sorry. I am at Boston DDS.
There we go.
You're Dr. Moonpear.
There we go.
And Monkey Senior PhD.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. I gotta write these down. We are here to pass judgment on Galak-Z. That sounded way more ominous than I really wanted it to be.
It really did.
Send it to the pit. No, we're here to add it to our We Roguelike It ranking. We're ranking the immutable list of the best roguelikes. Your one source for which roguelikes you need to play. Let's go over our top 5 here real quick before we dive into it. Number 5 is 20XX. Number 4 is Risk of Rain. Number 3, Void Bastards. Number 2, Crypt of the Necrodancer. And number 1, of course, Hand of Fate.
Yep.
Go play Hand of Fate.
I got so confused then because I thought you were doing 1 to 5, and I was like, wait, 20XX isn't number 1.
Wait a minute. All right, so we're going to talk about Galak-Z here. Let me bring up my notes here. We're going to talk about our thoughts overall of Galak-Z, going around the table here, and we're going to ask ourselves, introspectively ask ourselves, will you keep playing this game? The most important question. And then we'll get to our ranking. So let's start off with Monkey Senior.
All right. Where to start with this? The game looks really cool. I think my favorite thing about it is the aesthetic. The whole Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic is
Wasn't that
really
before
awesome.
you were born, though?
No, it was.
I think he had Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, they still have Saturday morning cartoons right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to controlling the game, I could not get into it as much as I wanted to, because I played this game quite a lot, like trying to like it, and I couldn't like it. On that note, no, I will not be playing this more because I can't win at it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself getting to the point where I can win. So
You're not gonna run like a GDQ speed run any day.
Oh, come on. If anyone could do it, Monkey could do it.
That's right.
no.
Moon, your overall thoughts on Galak-Z?
Like Monkey said, I think it's probably the best, in my opinion, it's probably the best looking, most stylish game we've played.
Best style.
Yes. Give it the emphasis it deserves.
Yeah.
Because Darkest Dungeon is the only one that comes close, but Darkest Dungeon is so dark. Like,
yes.
That style is very oppressive, and it does a good job of it being very oppressive. Whereas I feel like just clean, nice, like artwork, nice everything, the way it looks. I think this is probably the best looking one we've done so far, with the nice little touches like we mentioned, like the laser effects and the boost effects on the character portraits is like super cool.
And the randomized writers and show titles and stuff, like it.
Yes,
it's pretty. It has a lot of fun. Oh, we also haven't mentioned like the VHS menus when you pause. Like that stuff's really cool.
Like there's so much really, really good in it, and I actually like the controls as a 2D orientation of Elite Dangerous. I think it's actually solidly put together for something that can be very, very difficult. I think I might have mentioned it before, but it reminds me of Battlestar Galactica. Like, if you ever watched the reboot, they do really, really good, like, visual representation of what it would be like to fly these things in space. Like, firing the guns propels you in a backwards direction kind of thing. Like, this is the type of stuff that, like, Battlestar looks into. And I actually really do like the controls. But there's something about it that's missing. Mentioned it on the last episode. It's that R factor, that hook. It just doesn't seem to have that something special that just hooks me in, and I don't know how to actually put that into words. It's like you listen to something, something that hooks you, get goosebumps, you can't stop thinking about it all the time. This game has not done that for me at all.
Right. It's like the first time you meet someone and you talk to them for a couple of minutes, and you're like, I don't like them. They haven't given me a reason not to.
Yes,
I don't like them.
It's the vibe. It hasn't given me that thing to just get immediately invested into it. Just doesn't exist right now, and I don't know if that's lack of progress. I don't know if that's because the game is wall-punchingly difficult.
Yeah.
But there's just something about it that's not speaking to me in a way that other ones, like, don't get me wrong, Sunless Sea is a really slow game, and it has immense style, but there is still something about that game that's kind of got that little bit of a hook into it, where it's like, okay, you need to learn more, and then you play 20 hours of it, and you realize you don't make any progress at all, and then, you realize that maybe it's not that much of a hook.
Is Galak-Z better than Sunless Sea?
Yes. I may come back to this. This may end up being a game that I will load up, just play a couple of rounds of, and then switch off, kind of thing.
Once your plate's a little cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, heading towards the end of the year, everybody knows what that means. It means that you've got 56,000 games that came out this year that you need to play. Oh, and by the way,
as I silently sob over here.
Yes, and here's like 20 more that are coming out in the next 2 weeks that you've got 8 weeks to beat. It's just like,
thanks / go to hell Game Pass.
Yes. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know anymore, but I don't know, maybe on a quiet, sunless night, I might load up my esteemed, load up the game, and just, do a little bit of flying around.
Yeah.
And
well, 2D Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, and considering the current Game Club game that we have, it might be a good little switch out from visual novels to jumping into this and then back to visual novels again. Like, it might be a good palette cleanser against each other. But all in all, I like the game, but I don't like the game. Like, it's there is so much to like, and then it kicks your teeth down your throat. It's a difficult game. I think this is probably going to be one of the hardest ones we will have rated.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the list. I'm like, where is this going to go?
Yeah. So for me, I agree with you guys. I think the controls, I think, I like them, but I think the learning curve that it presents is very, very high. And I think it does a good job trying to tutorialize you about here's how you control, here's how you shoot, like, get a little bit of breathing time to work on it, but until you get into it, it feels pretty tough.
Yeah.
I wish there was more music in the game. You get like that stinger at the beginning, you get the stinger at the end of a mission, and then it just kind of silence while you're motoring towards a dungeon. Not inherently bad, but kind of like I want something there. And I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. I think the difficulty is way up there. One of the hardest roguelikes I've played. And I don't think it's unfairly difficult, but I think like 1-1, 1-2 feel pretty good, and then right from there is just like an 85-degree like slope straight up to the difficulty, and it never feels like 1-3 was hard and unbalanced, but 1-4 and 1-5 are fine. It's 2-2 was hard, but the rest of them were fine. It just feels like each and every episode gets harder and harder and harder. And that not being able to get a win, especially if you play in rogue mode where it kicks you back to the first episode of the season, that starts feeling really punishing, which obviously is a part of roguelikes, but it feels too punishing.
Yeah, there is a distinct balance that needs to be set.
Yeah.
And I think this has that scale tipped a little bit too hard in the let's make this difficult kind of thing.
Yeah, because Monkey, on the episode 4 of Galak-Z, you were talking about, where these enemies are and you know what they're going to do, and you still can't win. Like, that doesn't feel great, saying like, just try this level again, see if I can do like luck into a victory this time. that never really feels super great.
I mean, I think for me, it's like the game needs to make its mind up as to what it's going for, because on one hand, it feels like it's going for that old arcade feel of like really quick movement, really quick, flying around, combat kind
strafing
of stuff.
Around.
And it feels like it's aiming for that, but then the hits are so hard that it feels more like a Dark Souls game where it's like, no, you find one person, you lure that one person away, you deal with that one person, then you go back to find the next person and you lure that person away. It feels like a weird confluence of like the two styles where it's like, go, play, boost, strafe, ja-ja, pow, and then, you're getting shot from 4 different directions and you're dead.
Yeah. I agree with that. So for me, same as when this game came out, I don't think I'll stick with it. I would really love to, but I think like Moon is saying, I want it to grab me, or I want to keep seeing that victory is possible, and I need to get more experience, I need to get better unlocks, something like that. There isn't that. There's no carrot on the stick for me with Galak-Z. Like, there's just more stick, and someone's hitting me with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about where we're going to put Galak-Z in our giant list of the best roguelikes of all time. Let's start off with number 10. Is Galak-Z better than Riddled Corpse's EX?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Is Galak-Z better than Prey Moon Crash?
I would go with yes.
I don't know with this one, because I haven't played too much of Prey Moon Crash.
Sure.
But I've played a little bit, but I like 20 minutes. But from that 20 minutes, I feel like it is better than Galak-Z, but I can't be like completely sure.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me when it comes to Moon Crash is it's always going to struggle with me, because it's basically an asset flip on an existing game that feels like it's got a lot of thought put into it, and there's a lot of like depth to it, but at the same time it's like it's not a wholly just roguelike game. It's DLC, and it's very good DLC. And I'm not saying we should, punish things for just being DLC roguelikes from a different game. But it's also Prey. And I've played a lot of Prey, and it's more of the same.
Yeah, and I'm having a hard time with this one already. Because I like Prey Moon Crash a lot. And I'm trying to figure out what I think stylistically Galak-Z beats Prey Moon Crash, and I think for me, at the end of the day, I think Prey Moon Crash is a more interesting roguelike, because I think runs are more interesting because of how
it's a semi-permanence run based.
Yeah, like your permanence carries from character to character, and I think that makes for a lot of really interesting runs. And I think Galak-Z's permanence feels punishing, because either you die in a season and it kicks you back to episode 1, or if you're playing arcade mode, you can start that episode back over, but you kind of don't have any health anymore. So you're sort of hobbled at that point anyway. So I would probably say I don't think it's better than Prey Moon Crash.
Okay. Has its location.
Yeah.
Congratulations
to Galak-Z for number 10 spot here. I wanted it to be higher. Like my anime heart wants it to be higher, but my roguelike heart just sort of pushed it down.
You know what's funny? I am perfectly fine with that, because as far as I was concerned, it stopped at number 9 for me.
Yeah,
it did
number
not go
9
any higher than Dungreed.
Yeah, Dungreed is a better roguelike in almost every way.
Except for
all right,
controls.
yeah, controls are That's the problem with both of these games, is they have divisive controls. All right, so congratulations to Galak-Z bringing up number 10 in our list. And thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next run.
Bye.
Bye.